All rise. Support court with Judge Vanderby is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1069, Shoemaker case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Shoemaker, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I want to increase child support.
That's it?
Yes, ma'am. That's all I'm bringing them to court for. I need more funds.
Sack chaser.
Based on what? Excuse me, sir. Please don't. What was that you just said anyway?
Sack chaser.
Sack chaser? What is that exactly?
Chasing the sack. She worried about my money.
Okay. I think that's the purpose of coming to court for an increase.
I'll take care of the kids anyway, but
Okay, Ms. Shoemaker, what is the basis of your request for an increase in child support?
One, we work for the same school together, but I'm a janitor and I make the bare minimum of like $9.50.
Okay.
I take care of the kids. We both take care of the kids. We got 2.55. But we have other activities like our daughter is in gymnastics.
Okay.
She's in cheer.
How old is she?
She's 6.
Okay.
And they also in private school.
Okay. Who pays for the extracurricular activities?
I do.
Okay. How much is that?
We're running about $350 a month for both children.
Okay. And how old is the other child?
He's 3.
Okay. 3 and 6. How much is private school?
Between the both of them, one's $1,200 and then the other one is $450.
Okay. And you pay for the tuition as well?
I do.
All right. Is he helping you at all?
He pays the bare minimum. I try to handle this outside of court, but I don't know what's his issue. He pays the bare minimum of child support, so I just want to increase. So if he's just going to be paying the bare minimum, the minimum at least needs to be half.
Okay. And what is it that he's currently paying?
About $500 a month.
All right. What about health insurance on these kids? Who carries that?
We both do.
Okay. All right. How much is yours?
$300.
$300. All right.
Hold up, she can barely do flipping. Oh, so now we're deciding which activities are necessary. Newsflash, the law doesn't care if you think gymnastics is pointless. If it benefits the child's development, health, and education, then it's a legitimate expense. And let's not ignore the real issue here. He isn't contributing to it, but wants to say in whether or not it's valid. Classic move. So what do you think? Should parents get to decide which expenses are valid if they're not paying for them? Next.
Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Sir?
First of all, Your Majesty,
Your Majesty, I like that.
$500 is not a bare minimum. And then I pay insurance on top of that. You add that to $800.
Right, so the kids are double insured. That's good. All right. So what about this tuition and these extracurricular activities?
She's 6 years old. She can't barely do no flipping.
Excuse me?
What does that mean?
She ain't doing no flipping. She ain't learning no gymnastics like that good. She better learn how to do cartwheels right now.
Oh, you're talking about your daughter.
Yeah, as a 3-year-old, he ain't even in private school. How he in private school? He 3.
It's called early preschool.
Yeah, they have that for 3-year-olds. So because you're saying all of that, that lets me know you're not paying for it, right?
I paid what the court told me to pay.
So the answer to my question is no then. You're not paying for the extracurricular activities or the private tuition. Is that correct?
Or going half.
The child support says I just do what they told me to do, and I give the $500 a month. That ain't bare minimum. That's almost a car note or a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment.
You don't believe that the price.
I just do what they told me to do, and I give the $500 a month. That ain't bare men. That's almost a car note or 1 or 2B. You don't believe that. You don't believe that the private school tuition is important. I just do what they told me to do. That's code for I'm doing the bare minimum. But here's the real question. Does that make him legally right or morally wrong? Legally, he's paying what's required morally. He knows the kids' monthly expenses are much higher than $500. But why pay more when you can get away with less? Well, the judge is about to shut that down.
Okay, so you all are doing a 2255 schedule, right? Is that correct? Okay. In your court order, was that the original agreement?
Nah,
Okay.
I just moved closer so I be around them more.
Well, that's good. That's good. And with you moving closer, then you'd agree with me that you should also help support them financially if their expenses have increased, right?
The only you could say,
Well, what does that mean?
Yeah, speak.
you
please.
could say that, but now some of the things they don't need to do.
Like what?
I can teach you how to flip at the house.
But you don't.
I got
But he
cousins
don't.
that do
Okay,
backflips. I can teach you how to flip at the house.
But he don't.
Sir, are you a gymnastics instructor?
No, but my cousin, he know how to do backflips, and he walk on his hands.
Your cousin?
Yeah, he 40 years old. He walk on his hands. He can teach them all that. We don't need all that.
Okay, has he taught him that yet?
He ain't been around yet.
All right, and
I
he's
gotta
not
wait
a
for him to get out of
licensed
jail.
instructor, right?
No.
Okay, so then it would logically follow that the child would need to be taught by someone who's licensed. You'd agree?
Yeah.
And that person needs to be paid.
You would agree?
Boy, y'all stacking the deck on me. But the only
Who's
reason,
stacking the deck
but
on
the only
you?
reason why she mad because I'm getting engaged.
Your
Oh,
No,
That's the only
I'm
reason
not
why-
worried about
so now
that.
it's coming out. I asked you, was there
No,
anything else you
I'm
wanted to
not
tell me
concerned
before I
about none
moved
of
over
that.
to him? Why don't you tell me he got engaged?
I'm
why
not
don't
bitter
you tell
about
me?
none of
How
that.
long ago did you get engaged, sir?
About 3
And there it is. The real reason she's taking him to court is that he got engaged. And let's be honest, what is the timing way? Too coincidental. 3 months ago, he proposed, and 3 months ago, she filed this case. So here's a question for you. Is this about child support, or is it personal? Because while legally his engagement is irrelevant, emotionally, that's a whole different story. What do you think? Is she rightfully demanding fairness, or is this just payback?
And how I feel
And you
about it,
filed
they
this
both
about
money.
3 months ago. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk.
Let's talk about the engagement. So he did get engaged.
I mean, I don't know what his status is. I don't keep up with all that.
It's such a coincidence that you filed this 3 months ago and he said he got engaged 3 months ago. So you knew about the engagement, right?
I did not. I did, but not 3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Who is the lady?
We all work together.
Oh, it's somebody you know. Ooh, so you hurt her feelings.
No, I didn't hurt her feelings. She just couldn't,
Ma'am,
hey.
he's community. You know what the rest is. He's for
Community?
He's for everybody.
Oh,
So
I was for the streets,
we ain't
but
the
I'm not
only
no
two
more.
people. Judge, we not the only two people he ain't slept with.
I was for the streets.
So
I'm
I'm not
no more.
concerned about any of that. I need my money, and if possibly hers. too.
Your money?
Yeah, I need my money.
Wait a minute, you said hers too?
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
See, Saturday, she called
Engagement,
them out.
marriage, whatever they gonna do, arrangement.
You can't
I
get
need
her
it.
money for child support?
When they get married, I can.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that has nothing to do with me right now. So, sir, I think it's only fair that you all should split the expenses for the private school tuition as well as the extracurricular activities, okay?
I definitely
do believe
appreciate
that
you.
warrants an increase. Now, your court order, everything has changed, right? You said you moved. You were doing a different schedule. You moved to get closer to your kids, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a change.
Thank you.
And these children are involved in curricular activities. They're also going to a private school. You'd agree with me that